Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 2013. And again, we're on the Idaho Map. And if you remember in the last episode, we continued our tour of the map. And I believe we found all of the sell points. And they are actually on the PDA. They are marked on the PDA. You just have to kind of zoom in and find them. So that's kind of handy. And today we're going to continue our quest for cash. We're going to continue harvesting. We need new equipment, as we've said before in previous episodes. We've got a lot of farmland to harvest, and we have a limited amount of equipment. We got one small combine and a couple of tractors, and that's about it. Now, the only thing I did do is I purchased some equipment for harvesting the hay, the straw. I wanted to do that because we're making straw with every time we harvest wheat or barley, and I want to be able to sell that because we can get a little. It's not a lot of money, but it's some money. And it gives us something to do while the small little harvester's doing its job. So let's get these tractors started here, and we'll take this straw over, store it for the time being, because we're not going to sell it right away. Oh, this is a speedy tractor. Go, tractor, go. Well, okay, while that's working, let's get these things going here. Back to harvesting. Get the combine going. Okay, and off you go. Get your course going here. We are on field 13, I believe. And drive the course. Maybe. Drive now. What in the world? Didn't I have this trouble last time too? I thought I redid this course. And, oh, perhaps I did. Okay. Very well. Oh, I've combined courses. Let's stop him. And, stop him. Reset course. Field 13. He was already set for field 13, and I put field 13 course in twice. That's what was so confusing. Okay, got that fixed. Alright, so now one of the things that I mentioned when we're looking at new combines, and this particular combine I'm using is a very small one, and I'm curious if I can save a little bit of money by purchasing a bigger header, because this is 7.2 and this one is 7.2. I don't know if I can combine headers from other equipment. Let's see what I've got in mods. think I had, yeah, I've got some Fendt equipment here. Let's see what size headers those are. And, ooh, is that, what are those? Fendt. 9.2 meters, so that's a bigger header. And it's $46,000. I'm wondering if that combine will hold that header. If so, it's going to speed it up quite a little bit for only $46,000. Might try that. I know I've seen other Let's Plays where people have done things like, oh, the one in particular was they had a John Deere tractor. No, it was a Fendt tractor. They had a Fendt tractor, and they put a John Deere weight on it. And some of the people that watched the Let's Play just went crazy. That, oh, you can't do that. You can't put a John Deere weight on a Fendt tractor. Which is actually not very realistic, because, you know, I was raised on a farm, and you used whatever you had. You didn't go out just because you buy a brand new John Deere tractor and you've already got a weight around the farm. You're not going to go out and waste money by buying a new weight just because it says John Deere on it and matches the color of the tractor. You use what you had. As a matter of fact, we used baling wire and duct tape for, you know, almost everything. Get this guy working again. Oh, what did I do? Stop the course, reset. We want to do straw field 7. I'm having a tough time tonight. There we go. Ah. Okay, we were heading this guy out. But anyway, you know, do I try that? Do I try a bigger header just because it doesn't match the combine? At this point, you know, it's going to take me forever to harvest this these fields that I've got if I don't do something, and I don't have any money to buy a new combine. So I might just do that, and then when I'm flush with money, I can make sure everything matches. And if you're a struggling dirt poor farmer and you need a piece of equipment and you don't have a lot of money, you're going to go out and buy used equipment and use whatever you can get at the cheapest price you can to get the job done until you become a successful farmer and can afford all the new equipment. So let's see if we can, if this will work. If not, I'll have to try something else. But what size was that? That was Klaus Matador, 6 meters. Okay, let's try. That was 9.2. That was 9.2. Let's try this and see if that works. Oh boy, I hope it does. Otherwise I just wasted $46,000. I don't suppose I have a trailer. I don't think I do. So let's finish this line out. Okay, and let's move it a little closer to where we're at. I know this is cheaty, but it's in the game, so we'll use it. If they didn't want you to use it, they wouldn't have put it in the game. Yeah, it's not like I'm playing on a more realistic map. And speaking of more realistic maps, I have to laugh every time I watch one of those episodes of these people that are playing more realistic. And I know what they're doing. They're trying to be more realistic and play the game as it, probably should be played. It's no fun to play a game if you're going to cheat. What's the point of playing if you're going to cheat everything in? You don't have any sense of achievement or anything if everything's given to you. But on the other hand, watch some of these episodes, and the game isn't necessarily designed to be the way they're playing it, the more realistic, because the equipment doesn't work correctly. They still have to kind of cheat things in, and I have to laugh every time they try to do something more realistic, and it turns out that it isn't realistic at all. Because it's just a video game. It's not real life, and certain things just don't work that way. And so I kind of, they're trying their best to be realistic, but it's really, really hard to do. For me, playing the game as less cheaty as I can is realistic enough for me. And what I mean by that is I'm not cheating money in so that I can buy the combine I need. I'm harvesting crops and trying to earn the money to buy the bigger combine. To me, that's realistic. And I'm playing within the boundaries of what the game has set up, and that's good enough for me. Okay, here's the test. Oops, coming from the wrong side. That isn't going to work. Now, it's kind of weird that, well, I guess it's not weird, but I have this grassy meadow here by my farm, and that's where, when I bring things in from the farm shop, this is where they get put. Now, I'm wondering, across the road there is an area with a shed. Oh, by the way, it works. Over here there's an area that has a shed, or a barn, if you will, and what appears to be either gravel or sand, and it looks like it'd be the perfect staging area for all your equipment. Now, at some point, we're going to have lots of equipment. We've got, my God, look at the size of these fields. We're going to have 6 to 8 combines and trailers going at any one time once we purchase a lot of these farmland. We're going to need a nice, clear spot to stage our equipment. Now, well, granted, some of the equipment we're going to have, if we have that many, we're going to leave the combines, north, south, east, west, wherever they're at on the map, because you're not going to want to be driving combines back and forth. So we'll probably, and there's sheds for that. So some of these farms, like up in here and up in here, down here, we'll probably find a place where we can house some of our equipment and leave it there so that it's ready to go as soon as you do that. And I want to start using, I've never done this in any of the maps I've played, using overloaders. So I want to get like a big semi-truck and put it in a central area of these, say these 4 fields, and have a semi-truck and have the combines being offloaded by an overloader that then brings the crop to the semi and dumps it. And when the semi's full, he goes and brings it to the silos. So I'd have, maybe 4 combines and 4 overloaders working this area, all of them heading into the centrally located semi-truck, rather than all of these 4, as soon as they're full, taking their different routes, up to the silos and running into each other, running into traffic. And then while they're gone, the combine's getting full. And so then the combine stopped working and until they get back from the silos. Well, in this case, the loader only has to come from here to there and back to the combine. I've never used them before, so I'm really looking forward to that. And as you can probably see, this header not being designed for this combine is a little heavy. So I'm hoping that isn't going to affect the harvest any. But anyway, take a look. You can see what I'm talking about. This looks like a very nice staging area for equipment. And I don't know if it's part of my farm or not. It's just there and available to use. I hope I don't run into traffic here. Now, hopefully this will speed up the harvesting, and in some respects, I don't consider this in any way cheating, but what if I at some point buy the harvester that this header goes to? I would have purchased it anyway, so I might as well use it if it's mine. It sounds like I'm really trying to justify what I'm doing. In a way I am, but I can say, well, it doesn't bother me, but everything it does, or I wouldn't be talking about it. Oh well. I want more equipment, and I need money to do that. And it works. Look at that, look at that, look at that. So I've pretty much doubled the size of the harvesting area. I've noticed something different, and I don't know whether it's this map. I've never had this trouble before, where the trailers park themselves, out in the field, in the crop, instead of in the area that has already been cleared. I don't know whether it's the way I've set up the Courseplay, but it seems to happen quite often. Alright, see what else is going on here. This guy's done with his job is done. Let's get him out of the way. This little tractor's really doing a bang-up job for its size. I wasn't sure it'd be able to pull this piece of equipment, but it's holding its own. And this one was never really meant to pull any big loads, but I've got to use what I've got. Now, if you notice, I'm leaving quite a bit of straw here where it's the turnaround points and such. And, you're not going to make a lot of money on this straw. So, I'm not really concerned about, missing out on parts of it on the end. In the long run, that's not all that much. You're not getting a lot of price for this. And you are getting the majority of the straw by using this. I could do, better if I did it manually, but that would take too long. Okay, so do I have another field done? I don't think I do. Only did 7. I did field number 7. I'm working on 13. I can't do field 10 because right now I don't have a corn header that I know of. I don't think I do. Pretty sure I don't. take a peek out here because at one point I didn't realize that I had the windrower. Okay, I do have. All right, there's the spare trailer for selling crop. I can use for selling crop, although I don't. I'll have to borrow one of these tractors I'm using currently, and I don't think I have any crop per se to sell at this time. Okay, so the plan is collect as much straw as I can, working this guy while I'm harvesting and doing other things, and storing it over there in that storage area here, rather than run it and sell it, I'm going to store it in there, and then I can sell it in bulk once I get it stored up. That seems a little more reasonable to me than selling it piecemeal. And that reminds me, I need to find a place to sell it. Where did we see that? I don't remember if we saw a place to sell. I'm sure we did. To sell straw and hay. Seems like we did. On one of those tours of the map. Well, I think it's going to make a difference here. And we owe 300,000. We only have 10,000 to spend. We're going to need 20 or 30,000 at least, or not 30. I mean 300 for a new combine. Uh-oh, this might be a problem. Oh, never thought of this. Is that header going to be too long for him to get up to that loading spout? Oh, I bet it is. We may have to manually offload this thing. Is it worth it? Sure. Okay, let's move to the tractor and see if we can drive it manually and get it under that thing. I'll wait till he finishes his pass. I think if I come in at an angle, that might be just the way we have to do it until we get new equipment, because you know, harvesting twice as much grain at a time is more important than being able to automatically let Courseplay do it. I mean, we only have one tractor and one combine, so I'm going to have to manually do it. Can you imagine that? I'm going to have to manually play the game? There's something wrong with that. Okay, while we're waiting for that combine to finish that last little bit there, let's get him going up to field number 13 and get him starting to windrow so we can move the forger truck, trailer and tractor up there. God, I'm surprised This little tractor's really got a scoot to it. I don't know what the horsepower is on this, but that's a big piece of equipment. I'm surprised. This snappy little tractor. Sounds like a little four-banger. Pop, 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 pop. I kind of like the sound, though. Makes you feel like you're really on a tractor. Yeah, some of the newer equipment that's got the cabs on it, and you get it in, it's air conditioned and everything, and it's like you're sitting in your living room easy chair. This is a real man's tractor. Okay, combine's done. We'll park him here. Get up to that combine. Put the whatever they call that thing, the snorkel, out, and get him going. Now let's see. I think if I can either come in at an angle, or I may have to back the trailer in. That's going to be hard. Let's see if I can get under it without damaging the combine too much. That'll work, I think. Yeah, that's a ticket. Woohoo! Alright, he's empty. Back to the combine. Start the engine. Snorkel back in. We're on the road. We're on the road on a roll. Jelly roll. Okay. Line this puppy up. Now I'm hoping... I know you can drive to the fence. You just saw me do it. But I don't think I can drive to the telephone poles. I think they have collision on them. So I'm not sure if I should be harvesting this way or that way. I think I'm going to go widthways instead of lengthways, because I know, well, I can try it real quick. I'm pretty sure that if I hit that, it's going to collide. I don't want to get stuck on it. Yeah, there's collision on that. Okay, so I think the turning radius, especially with this header, is going to be too large for that to turn at the end of the field. So I'm going to go side to side instead, widthways. All right, here we go. And we're back to wheat. Okay, we'll get him going in a minute. I want to get this guy started. Now, I want to check something before I get him going. Need to spread him out so that the Courseplay can detect the size of the field. But I've noticed that I have fields already set up. And I'm wondering if that's not because I play this map offline, not this particular map, but another map of Idaho, and I have set up some Courseplay routes, and I'm thinking Courseplay is carrying them over from map to map, because I haven't set up any of these. I don't even know where field 17 and 18, 23 are. On this map, anyway. I mean, you know what I mean. I haven't been to them yet. I haven't harvested them yet. So, let's see if we have a grass or a straw set up for 13. We do not. Okay, so we're going to set up a straw course for here. Let's see. First of all, we need to reset the course it had. We need to... Here, we're going to do field number 13. Uh-oh. 19 meters. Starting corner is We're in the south. No, where are we? Southwest. Okay, so southwest. Oops, passed it up. Southwest, and we're going to be going east, it looks like. And straw field 13. Oops, did I do that right? No. Straw field 13. Save that and go to straw field 1. Delete that. I did that by mistake. Line this thing up, get it started. Okay, drive course. And he's off. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm trying to do, as far as harvesting, I'm trying to harvest the fields that I own. I can't remember whether this map is set up for withering. If it is, I want to make sure that the ones I own don't wither, and the fields that are planted that I don't own. Did I say that right? Well, you understand. I want to do my own fields first, I think, and then work on the ones that I don't own. We get a lot of harvesting to do. I mean, a lot. Had a slight accident with my Logitech rumble pad. If you notice, if I let go, well, it's okay now. Let's see. If I go like that, I dropped it, and sometimes when you start it, it'll go like that. I'm not touching anything, and then I have to wiggle the stick to make it stop. Oh, it's always something. I may have to get a new one. I understand that with the new Spybox 1 from Microsoft, that's what I call it, Spybox 1, there is software for your PC where you can use a Spybox 1 control with any PC. They're providing the software for you to use, and you just get a Spybox 1 controller. Download the free software from Microsoft, and you can use the Spybox 1 controller on the PC. That might be the only thing I buy of the Spybox 1. I have a Xbox 360, and I've used it quite a little bit. And I'd probably use it as much as I use my my Sony PlayStation 3. But that being said, if I get one of the new consoles, I still think I'm going to get a Sony PS4 before I get the Xbox. I noticed that they've recently dropped the price down on the Xbox to $399, same as the PS4, and they have dropped the part of the machine that makes you be online all the time. Which is the reason I call it Spybox 1. You are required to be online all the time, and the Kinect cameras are on all the time. And obviously the company's saying, well, that's for your convenience, so that, you know, it makes it easier for you to connect with all the things out there that are, game, Microsofty. I still can't help but feel that if they wanted to, with that machine on all the time and the Connect on all the time, the camera Connect, that you get up in the morning, you got your cup of tea or cup of coffee, and you're walking through the living room, buck naked, and they're sitting there watching you. What would stop them if they really wanted to do that? I may be paranoid, but I've seen stuff like that happen before. So with the new price of $3.99 or from $4.99, they've dropped the need to be online all the time. And of course, they're not doing that because they want to. They're doing that because the PlayStation 4 has just jumped ahead on sales, and Microsoft is kind of sucking hind tit, if you will. Pardon my French. They're losing sales. They're not getting the sales. Well, for one thing, they don't have any games. They dealt all their cards on Titanfall. Well, Titanfall is, it's a pretty good game. And everybody jumped out and started playing it. But, you take a look. They didn't play it very long. I know a lot of people that jumped in and just loved Titanfall for at least a week or two, and then they got bored with it and quit playing. And that's the only games they've got. They've got no games for this console, and they want $499 for it, plus the fact that it's on all the time, spying on you, and blah, blah, blah. And I know there's people out there that like it. I know they like the convenience. Well, you can, and you know what they're buying it for? They're buying it for the ability to talk to the system and tell it, give it commands. And that's pretty cool. But you have to take the other thing with it. That could be an abuse of, your privacy in some respects. There's nothing to stop them from doing that if they wanted to. The equipment's there. So they dropped it down to $3.99, and they took the need to be online off all the time off, so you don't have to have the Connect to play your games, which you did before. Which is one of the reasons why you don't need the Connect now if you don't want it, and so we're going to drop the price $100. Come out with some games for it. That's what you need to do. But as I say, I think I'll probably, if I buy either one of them, it's going to be the PS4. And the other thing, which is kind of a petty thing on my part, it's not like I've got a dog in the fight. Not like I really, have a lot of, not like I care all that much, if you will. But yes, it's me being a little bit petty. But if you remember back when they were announcing the new consoles, PlayStation 3, Sony did theirs, Microsoft did theirs, and they get this big shot from Microsoft comes out onto the stage, and he's telling you all about the wonderful things that Spybox 1 is going to do and what you're going to need. And of course the question comes up, well, what kind of games do you have? Well, we're going to have Titanfall. Okay. Are you going to be able to play the old games that you spent hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars on the Xbox One? Nope, it's not backwards compatible. But we have a solution for you. And what's the solution? Buy a Xbox 360. That's what the guy said on stage, and he kind of said it almost as snide as that. Yeah, we've got a solution for those people. That when he didn't say it exactly like this, but it sounded like that to me. We have a solution for you people that want to play your old Xbox games. It's called the Xbox 360. Well, that kind of torqued me off. Whoops. Alright, what's happening? Too many buttons. Oh, Oh, I know what's wrong. I've still got barley in the tractor. Wow. That's me going off on a rant on Xbox. Yeah, I don't mean to. I've gotten a lot of pleasure out of my Xbox 360. Even though I don't particularly like Microsoft, the company. And I shouldn't go off on a rant, but in the meantime, I'm neglecting my duties here on the farm. Okay. Let's just do, since I've been babbling and rambling on, let's take a look at where we're at. Got our combine going. We've got this guy out working the straw, and this guy working the straw, and that's pretty much it. Trying to make some money. You know, we've experimented with the new header. It seems to be working good. And we're about 42 minutes into the episode, so I'm going to call it a farm day work day here. And when we come back, we'll continue harvesting. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and have a good day.